Hello and welcome to this week's Gold and Silver Club, presenting the Commodities Corner, presented by myself, Phil and Nik at the Gold and Silver Club. The live session today will be covering a review of the commodities markets this week. We'll look at our top trade of the week. We'll cover live technical analysis and trading. We'll be identifying highly profitable trade setups. We'll cover the week ahead, so the key events looking forward, and of course we'll be answering any questions you may have too. Looking at the charts right now, there are several setups. There's 3 setups I'm spotting right now actually, so keen to get on those very shortly. But before we do so, gold price has fallen on upbeat data from the US this week, whilst coffee soars on weak harvest. We'll take a look at these 2 markets which have seen some big moves this week. So gold price ended the US trading session lower on Thursday, selling off in the aftermath of some stronger than expected US economic data. US economic reports on Thursday saw much of the data favouring an upbeat mood in the US and for the US dollar index, which trades inversely to gold. Economic reports, including a drop in weekly jobless claims, falling to a 7-year low, an upbeat Empire State Manufacturing Survey, and a tame US Consumer Price Index, all put downward pressure on the precious metals. In other commodities markets, coffee price soared after Brazil announced the recent drought hit coffee crops severely, resulting in weaker harvests this year. So high demand and low supply simply pushed coffee prices up 6.8% on Thursday to trade at 197.75 US dollars a pound during the New York trading session. Rains in December were followed by a long and severe drought during the first quarter of 2014 throughout Brazil. The lack of rain and high temperatures caused serious damage to the coffee crops. Roughly 30% of Brazil coffee crops were wiped out in what has been described as Brazil's worst drought in 30 years. So the lack of rainfall has possibly compromised 2015 crop production as well, which means next year's harvest could see further declines. Coffee prices have now gained more than 60% year to date. Based on the fundamentals, the coffee rally could still have much further to go. We'll take a look at that very shortly as well on the technicals too. Coffee's looking very interesting. Before we do so, I'm Phil, professional trader, trainer and speaker. I am the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialize in teaching people how to make money from trading the most lucrative financial markets in the world. So gold, silver, oil, commodity currencies. I've trained thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio, also responsible for the research and development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies that have a proven track record of generating returns for traders, and a contributor to a number of financial publications, speaker at numerous trading seminars, webinars, and workshops. And also joining me running the Gold and Silver Club is Nik, professional trader, investment analyst, and speaker. Nik began his career within private wealth management in 2002, before making the transition into proprietary trading. So prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, spent over 5 years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top-tier hedge funds and investment banks. And through his first-hand relationship with some of the world's most successful traders, discovered the formula, mindset, and tools that could give any individual the definitive edge to trade in any economy. Also regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications, and we've appeared frequently on financial TV. So that's a little bit of background for you guys on the Gold and Silver Club. If you're new to today's Commodities Corner, we'll just take a look at the gold price at the moment. We're currently trading at $1,293 US dollars per ounce. So we'll take a look at the technicals very shortly. Before doing so, we'll just have a look at the top trades of the week. So this week's top trade using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategy is actually a trade that we took last week on Commodities Corner. This was actually natural gas. So I hope some of you managed to get some profits on your trading, particularly from natural gas last week. We had a really big fall from the setup that we got on the 7th of May last week. Had a sell trade below 4.700. There are plenty of opportunities to get into that trade as well over the course of this sell-off, and we just delivered very simply price to be lower. The sell short has delivered us profits. So what we're going to look at now, we're going to look at, of course, using the rise and fall type of payout. So very simply, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly higher than the entry price, and if you select falls, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly lower than the entry price. That's the sort of trade type we'll be looking at today. So with that, I'm going to go over to my charts here. Just bear with me as I bring these up. We'll actually start off with natural gas, actually. So bear with me because we've got a good setup on there at the moment. Just going to flip you over to my other screen. Okay, good. So you should be able to see, you should be able to see natural gas chart at the moment here. So natural gas, we've had that big, top trade of the week. We had that big sell-off over the last week or so. Yesterday on the storage inventories, you've got a big spike to the upside. We've hit some resistance, and today we've actually got a nice sell short opportunity. We've consolidated a bit after we got that big move. The overall trend is very clearly down here. We can just have a look and just draw a little bit of a trend line here as well from the recent sells. I don't think we're going to turn around just yet. You can see very clearly, nice downward trending channel, just broken a little bit of support this morning. It's just about to trigger, actually. You can see it's hovering around that level. It's just going to come. This is what I would see happening. Come down, take out this support, and come down further, back down to support here. So I do like that trade on natural gas at the moment, so I am going to take that. I think it's a pretty good trade because it's actually triggering right now. So we're just going to go, I'm going to go into sectors. So bear with me whilst I do this. Okay, you should be able to see, there we go, you can see it now. Okay, super. So I'm going into sectors here. Very simply, so we've got commodities we can pick from gold, silver, oil. We're going to go into sectors, look at natural gas here. So I want to go out to the energy sector, and I'm going to go down to natural gas. It's a pretty good setup, so I'll go out to 4,000. Just going to go into hours as well. I'm going to see how far we can go, whether we go probably 4 hours, I would expect. We can go out 4 hours. We'll see if we can do 5 hours. No, 4 hours. Okay, 91% payout on that. It's pretty decent. That's just looking for that over the course of the afternoon. So I'm looking for just a breakdown lower here. I'm looking for this little break we've had of this support, 4.431. I'm looking for that to break at the moment. It has broken, and I'm looking for the momentum just to continue today. So I'm going to go on a sell short there. Natural gas, 4-hour expiry, start time 11:45. Or 12:45 BST, and I'm just going to purchase that for a sell short, 91% payout. Perfect. Okay, that has been done. I'm in. Good. Right. So that is the natural gas setup that I see at the moment, which looks rather good. Moving on, also at the moment there has been a bit of a copper setup as well. We've had a very good move on copper over the past couple of weeks. You can see this trend channel, very clear trend channel on the copper market. We've been in now since really about mid-March, coming to the upper end of the trend channel, reversing, coming back down to support. So what you'll notice, actually, if we zoom in a little bit, very similar to around here when we last spiked up. We've got a lot of consolidation, then we finally broke down lower. It looks like we're getting the same at the moment. We've got quite a lot of consolidation around the higher end of the resistance channel here, and I'm looking just for the market to come back down. It hasn't managed to break out. Got a bit of a doji form there. We're right at the resistance channel again. I'm just looking for a reversal and a pullback initially to this level of support, and then ideally to come back down, particularly if gold sells off the lower end of this trend channel. That's what I'm looking for. We have actually just got some lower lows. I can draw another mini trend channel here. See that? As we're starting to grind lower here. So I like this trade on copper as well. So I'm going to take the copper trade. Again, you can get that via the metal sector. And in this instance, I'm going to go to the copper index. And again, get best price, 11:45, 4 hours ahead, 81% payout. I do like this trade as well, so I'm going to purchase that for a sell short. I'm just looking for the price to finish 1 pip lower. And it's actually come up and retested almost the trend channel, so it's a better entry. So I'm just going to do that. Okay, I think we have to go up ever so slightly, 11:50. There we go. to 1250 BST, get best price, and I'm looking for an 81% payout for the price to be lower over 4 hours. Good. That has been done. See, I told you guys, there's a lot of setups today, which are still looking good. Australian US dollar is the other one. So Australian US dollar, very clear trend channel here. You can see bounce, 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 bounce. We've got another bounce at the moment, right at some key levels. I'm looking for a move on Australian US dollar here, back up to the higher end of this trend channel. So just bam, like that, and possibly a breakout above that as well. We have managed to find some support here and a major trend line. Some key levels here, Fibonacci levels as well. Nice little hammer on the daily. 4 hour looks good, so I'm going to take that as well. It's quite a lot of setups today. So Australian US dollar is looking good right now. That's pretty simple. Just go to start trading. I'm going to go to Forex. I'm going to go to Australian US dollar here. Start time now. Hours. I'd probably like to finish by the end of today. See how far out I can go. Yeah, there we go. 9 hours time. Looking for the price to be 1 pip higher than the current price of 0.9362. So very happy with that. That's an 84% payout. $4,000 payout on that one for a £2,170 trade. Okay, so I'm going to take that one. 84% payout. Very happy with that. Price to be above 0.9362. If you want to hang about too long, it's starting to move. So I'm going to take that one. There we go. Australian US dollar done. Okay, so we'll go into analysis. I just wanted to make those trades before I missed the opportunity to take them. There's a few setups there which were worth looking at. So we're looking at the US dollar index now. What we want to note about the US dollar index currently is that we have got a very clear trend channel. Okay, so look at this trend channel, downward trending channel, very clear. You can see where we spiked up earlier on this week. We bottomed out beginning of May. So what I'm looking at now, are we going to get a reversal? Is the US dollar index going to come down here? In which case we could be supportive for gold. Gold may break out. However, if the US dollar index can clear above this 80.34 level, come back up and really start making some momentum to higher levels here, the next level of real key resistance, got a couple, but really it's going to be around 80.75. If we do that, then that's going to put a lot of pressure on the gold market, and there'll be an opportunity to short gold. So keep an eye on the US dollar index today. That will be important inverse correlator to gold and silver. Silver, actually, right now, silver is coming down a little bit here. We can see it's starting to break through. Let's just have a look. Some support a little bit around the 1925 level here. Silver, probably wouldn't touch it right now. It's not really too much going on. There's a little bit of a supportive channel here on silver we can draw as well. See if you can see this with almost a V-shaped reverse pattern here as well. I keep an eye on silver, but it's not really a valid setup right now. Just continuing to be in that downward trending market, downward trending channel at the moment. Gold. If we go out to the daily on gold, we've got a very clear a pennant forming, which just means there's a lot of pressure building, consolidating, tighter and tighter range. Soon we're going to get a pop. We're going to pop to the upside, or we're going to pop to the downside. You can see the consolidation even on today's chart is quite narrow, just ricocheting here between some levels of support and levels of resistance. You know, we're really starting to tighten up here. We need something to kickstart gold for a breakout in either direction. But remember, average daily volatility on gold is normally circa around about 200 points per day. And at the moment on gold, we're seeing for the day about 70 points. So we're probably going to either break support or we're going to break out to the upside. But right now, it's right in the middle. It's consolidating. There's nothing. The trade is not on right now for gold. But I would be looking at this as we move into next week and see if we're going to get a breakout of the upper trend line or the lower trend line as we go into next week. Copper discussed, looking good for a sell. Coffee is the other one. Coffee, actually, need to get this up. Can't forget about coffee. Right, coffee has had a tremendous move yesterday, but it's a bit overextended on the move. It's due a pullback. It's actually looking good for a sell right now. So I'm just going to go to my sectors, do this quick. Agriculture, and I'm going to go down to coffee. There's the coffee index, get best price. 9 hours too much. Can we do 4 hours? Yes, we can. 81% payout. So I'm taking advantage of the fact that coffee had a pretty strong move yesterday. If you look at the daily time frame, got a nice trend channel here that we found support at. Nice strong move yesterday, as discussed at the beginning of the webinar. We've got, actually, I don't know if we've gone over that fully with you regarding, no, we have gone over that. We've got the coffee market, white, spiked up so much just due to the reports which have come out of Brazil regarding the coffee crops, which got severely damaged. 30% of crops got damaged. You've got to remember, coffee is one of the best performing markets of 2014. Best performing commodity, 60% gain in coffee so far this year. So compared to the bank, where you get maybe 2% return if you're lucky, over the year, coffee's moved 60% in 4 or 5 months. So pretty impressive, but at the moment, it's due a little pullback. So on the daily at the moment, we can see where we've got the market is retracing here and coming down. So I'm looking just to be in and out of this trade fairly quickly here. Might need to go ahead on the contract a little bit. 11:55, start time duration 4 hours. I'm looking to purchase this contract for a sell short. Okay, let's do that. Good, done. Right, so yeah, coffee is in play at the moment. Looking at, they're looking a little bit weak here actually. Wheat is getting a bit of a bounce. Now look at this on wheat. If you've got the wheat chart, you want to look at, there's just a trend line here which needs to be taken into account. So you're just going to take this trend line and you're going to draw from the January lows, one bounce here. It's not a huge amount of bounces, but we can see if you just draw this trend line, where it actually meets is where the price is pretty much bouncing at the moment. So we've got a pullback on wheat at the moment, but I'm very interested to see if this could be a potentially good level for a buy right now. In fact, on a day trade, tighter time frame, I like that right now. Consolidation, little bounce to the upside. I might actually go for a cheeky trade on the wheat market here. It's looking like it wants to go high. You can see at the moment, based on the fact that it's bounced right off that trend line, it's looking quite good. So I'm just going to go for that'll be a $2,000 payout on that one, $1,000 to put in. So it needs to be above 681.50, but I do like the fact we're getting bounced to that trend line, consolidation breaking out to the upside. So I'm going to go for that for wheat. Price to be higher, 81% payout. Okay, good, done. Right. Okay, so that is that. As you can see, it's getting a nice little bump. I want to see if we're going to see the price just reverse, come back to around the 691 level today. So I'm looking for it to come back to around this level today, 690. Looking at corn. We're in corn at the moment. Yeah, this is corn. Yeah, corn's been pretty good to us this week. We had a nice sell short on corn yesterday. We've come into a little bit of support around here. Look on the 4-hour, corn and wheat fairly strongly correlated, a little bit of consolidation. The real play was yesterday. You got a nice break of 49462. I've had a really nice sell short on that. Just come down about 100 points. And very simple trade, actually, once we broke through major support. Now, at the moment, we're just consolidating a little bit. We'll see if we get a bounce as we are on wheat at the moment, or whether we just continue, come down to the next key level here, 477. That's what I keep an eye on at the moment for the corn market. And then we go over to energies. So energies at the moment, natural gas is in play for a sell short. I'm going to be keeping an eye on WTI and Brent today. Brent looks like it wants to go higher here. Got a nice V-shaped reversal pattern. If we can get another break above yesterday's high, 109.45, and if we can clear above the weekly highs here, about 109.61, I think we could get a move to 110, about a dollar move. Actually, that'll be a 50 cents move, and that dollar move up to 110.61 in terms of the price per barrel of oil. So, yeah, I'm keeping an eye on that. It's not quite ready yet for a breakout. I've been very keen to see whether we will get a breakout on Brent today. I think that setup is looking better than WTI, actually. Similar sort of move on WTI at the moment. Hasn't triggered yet. Neither has Brent. So we're just waiting to see how those are going to trigger over the course of today. Okay, good. So with that, let's just do a quick summary. So US dollar index, one to watch for the inverse correlation with gold. Australian US dollar, we've taken a buy trade on that. Silver at the moment, yeah, just consolidating, coming back to the lower end of the trend channel. Gold, we're waiting for a breakout of this pennant, which is forming either for a buy or a sell. Not quite there yet. Copper at the moment, it's reached the top of that resistance channel. We've got a sell on that right now based on looking for it to pull back. Coffee, as discussed, we're selling after yesterday's big surge. We're looking for some profit taking in the market just to come down or retrace. Corn at the moment, to be decided whether it will find support or take out yesterday's low and come down to 477. Wheat looks good. There you go. It's already spiked up just since we took the trade. So I think it looks good for a small surge. I'm looking for a price around 690 today on that. WTI, keep an eye on that today, see if we get a break above the weekly highs. Natural gas, we've got a little short on there at the moment based on the downward trend. Natural gas yesterday, storage inventories gave it a spike to the upside, but I think it's going to come back down. And also we've got Brent crude oil, which I keep an eye on today if it can get a break and a clear move above 109.61. Okay, so those are the main technicals there. Okay, excellent. Right, just question from Evan there, just regarding the charting. I'll tell you what, Evan, if you pass your question on to the team at binary.com, we can get in touch with you about that, Evan, or if you just drop your email into the chat, we'll come back to you with regarding the charting that we are using there. Not a problem. Okay, but essentially, you can get all the charting on binary.com as well. In fact, the advanced charts on binary.com have recently been improved and updated massively. So you've got interactive charts here. You can see the week index. You'll get similar prices here. We've obviously got institutional style set up here at the Gold and Silver Club, being commodity traders, day traders. But you can also get access to all the charting as well and setups here just via the interactive charts on binary.com too. Excellent. So let's look at the major news announcements which are going to affect the markets over the coming week as well. Right, so we've got the week ahead. Key events looking forward. Well, today we've got 255 BST, I should say, Michigan Consumer Sentiment. That index rates the relative level of current and future economic conditions. So there are two versions of this data released 2 weeks apart. The preliminary data tends to have a greater impact. Higher than expected readings should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. Then Wednesday, 21st of May at 3:30 p.m. BST, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we've got the US crude oil inventories report. So that's going to be very important for your crude oil trades, very similar to the natural gas inventories, which have quite a big impact on those markets when they come out. They have a surplus of inventory, tend to see price. It's a supply and demand trade. So if the price, if they come out with a surplus of inventories, we tend to see the price go down. If they come out with a deficit of inventory, the price will go up. Next Thursday, 22nd of May, 2:45 a.m. GMT and 9:45 p.m. EST, we've got the Chinese HSB manufacturing PMI. It's a leading indicator for the whole economy. So when the PMI is below 5.0, it indicates that the manufacturing economy is declining, and a value above 5.0 indicates an expansion. So China is a big buyer of gold, silver, copper, oil. A stronger than expected number should be taken as positive for the metals and energies, and a lower than expected number should be taken as negative. That will have a big impact on gold, silver, oil. Next Thursday, the 22nd of May at 3 p.m. BST, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we've got the US existing home sales. So the existing home sales measures the change in the annualized number of existing residential buildings that were sold during the previous month. That report is a key indicator of overall economic strength. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar. A lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. Next Thursday, the 22nd of May, we've got the US natural gas storage inventories, which are discussed similar to the oil inventories at 3:30 p.m. BST, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So the Energy Information Administration, the EIA, they provide that report measuring the change in the number of cubic feet of natural gas held in underground storage, which is why we had a big spike up in price yesterday and Thursday afternoon at 3:30 BST. And next Friday, 23rd of May, 3:30 p.m. BST, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we've got the US new home sales. That measures the annualized number of family homes that were sold during the previous month. That report tends to have more impact when it's released alongside existing home sales, because the reports are tightly correlated. Again, higher than expected readings should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish, which of course will inversely affect the price of gold and silver. Okay, excellent. No problem at all, Evan. Yeah, we've just taken note of that for you. We'll be in touch about regarding charts. Not a problem at all. Excellent. Right, and of course, on that note, if you'd like to find out more about how to learn to trade commodities with the Gold and Silver Club, courses available at our training centres and online, you can very simply do so. Just go to the following link to request more information on the live trading room or coaching programs and courses we have available. It's just www.jointhegoldensilverclub.com, or you can contact us at one of our international offices. So you've got numbers on the screen there. You can contact us at our Hong Kong office, at the Budapest office, at our Johannesburg office, at our New York office, or our London office. Okay, so all the numbers, I'll leave those on the screen for you there. Do make sure you subscribe to our newsletter you'll get free weekly updates on precious metals, energies and agriculture, plus all the live market analysis, prices and what to look out in the coming weeks. So make sure you go to our website to take advantage of that, okay? Yep, super. Okay, great stuff, guys. Well, good luck for today's trading and into next week's as well. We will catch you back here same time, actually, next week for the Commodities Corner. And we've actually got an upcoming webinar very soon as well, all about the corn market. So do keep an eye out for that. We're going to be doing a special webinar on how to trade corn on binary.com. Okay, so we'll give you all the details for that on the next webinar. Okay, guys, so with that, have a great weekend. Take care, and we'll see you on next week's Commodities Corner. Okay, cheers, everyone, and thanks to binary.com and the team for putting on today's webinar. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.